Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Lonestar Valley. We have some ground rules that we need to cover and some game mechanics that you need to know about before you start playing this game. First and foremost, this is supposed to be a super fun game, choose your own adventure roleplay style. That being said, obviously we're going to obey the standard rules of paintball, right? Alright, face mask on at all points in time while you're on the field, making sure your barrel cover is on the end of your barrel at all points in time that you're in a staging area or you're in a safe zone. There's one safe zone on the field, we'll cover that later. And then making sure that you're obeying all regular paintball rules. Rules of engagement. Now, players are highly and strongly encouraged to use control in firefights. Please don't be, wrecking people for the sadistic pleasure of it. This is an on-your-honor sport. That also means being good players that you're shooting at, okay? So, you cannot shoot through holes, cracks, things like that are smaller than the size of your head. That's a big no-no. No shooting into the one safe area on the field, which is the merchant's bar, okay? That is a completely netted off area. You will be required to put a barrel cover on before you go in there. There's also no grenade kills in that particular establishment. So do not do anything that would be aggressive inside of that establishment. That goes beyond the violations of regular rules, and you're going to be asked to leave the field. Alright, let's talk about the wounds, game mechanics revolving around it, and how looting and healing works. Now, in this game, unlike most paintball games, when you get hit either on the gun or the body, or a paint grenade goes off, or somebody Rambo rolls you, you're going to be considered a wounded player. Wounded players are going to put their hand on their head, take a knee where they're at. Now, they can talk, they can't move, but they can talk and interact with other players. At that point in time, other players, or if the wounded player has a bandage themselves, can start to bandage themselves up. Once they get fully bandaged up with the whole gauze roll, then they're considered not wounded anymore. They can move back to that okay status, and they can shoot, move, talk, whatever. However, during that wounding phase, somebody can also come over and they can loot you. Now, every player will be equipped with one of these money bags at the start of the day. This is where you need to keep all your gold coins, all your cash, any valuable items that you might come across. They need to go in here. Now, when you're being looted, the player is looting you, is going to come up and say, hey, open up your money bag. They're allowed to take exactly half the monetary value of what you are carrying. So say you're carrying $100, they can take 50 of it. If it's an odd number, say you're carrying $51, they're allowed to take the better half of that odd number. So basically, you'd be left with $25, they get 26. Once you've been looted, then you're considered dead or eliminated. At that point in time, you're going to go back to the spawn. Now, the way you're going to avoid getting looted is by doing the bleed out time. The way this works is when you've been hit, you're going to put your hand on your head, take a knee, start counting to 60. You have 60 seconds to bleed out. Once you've bled out, then you can go to the spawn point. Another way that you can be immediately eliminated is if while you're wounded, so hand on head, doing your on the knee, counting out, somebody shoots you again. We ask that you do not shoot wounded players multiple times. They're kind of a defenseless player, but if it happens, and it probably will. A defenseless player like that, when they've been wounded, shot a second time, they're immediately eliminated, go back to respawn, okay? So again, try not to shoot wounded players. Either try to revive them, move them out of the way, or loot them. Please don't try to shoot them a second time. When it comes to respawns, there are 2 community respawns on the field, located at either end of the field. If you need help finding them, I refer back to our field map, which is available either up front or it's on our Facebook page, so check it out there. Paint limitations. Yes, there's paint limitations. Each player is only allowed to carry 480 paintballs on the field at a time, so basically 1 hopper and 2 pods. That being said, with the paint, make sure that you are not carrying extra paintballs on you. That will be flagged out by our field marshals. Our field marshals are wearing our staff shirts. Again, you abide by all the rules. And please do not antagonize the NPCs. They are here on a volunteer basis trying to help you out, having a good time. That being said, NPCs are also invincible. You can't kill an NPC on the field. You can only try to get them to do stuff by speaking with them or working with them in some form or fashion. So do not be shooting the NPCs. They are invincible. If you're intentionally antagonizing NPCs by continually shooting them, you'll be asked to leave the field. Now, when it comes to the economy of this game, there are multiple, fake dollars that we have out there. We also have these golden coins right here, all right? These are worth $5 each. Those coins are going to be able to be traded for, used as a currency, as well as the fake dollars that we have out there. We have those dollar amounts in singles, twos, 5s, 10s, 50s, and $100 sequential orders. So if you guys want to, purchase something from the merchants, you absolutely can. And if you want to, do some sort of trade or hire up a posse, you can definitely do that as well. That is going to be on you, though. The big thing to purchase here, though, is land. That's how you're going to win the most land owned perk. If you guys have questions about purchasing land, you can see the banker. That's going to be me. I'm going to be right at the front of the field. You'll be able to see me under a tent. Come talk to me about that. Now, another big deal with these bags is this has to contain all your cash. The only other place that you can put your cash is in the bank. This needs to stay with you on the field. You cannot just keep taking coins, cash, valuable items, and leaving your gear bag in the staging area. This needs to be with you at all points in time. Otherwise, if you're worried about your cash, you can always open an account at the bank. Purchasing land. So there are 20 land plots available. If you just come on up to the bank, we're able to negotiate from there. You will receive a deed to the land once you've purchased it. Deeds are non-lootable items, so you can't just steal somebody's deed from them. That record is kept at the bank. If you would like to sell the land or do something with it, trade or whatever, you can do that. That all has to take place at the bank. Come up to me at the bank for details on that during the game. Photographers, please do not shoot any photographers, or if we have a drone in the air, do not shoot any drones. Those people are there to ensure that your good time with this game is recorded and you're having a fantastic day. So please do not shoot the photographers or the drones. Again, they are here to just record the game. They're not giving anyone any strategic value. Please do not be a jerk about that. How to win? There's multiple ways to win. Again, you win as kind of an individual by either being the best dressed, like all the NPCs, the staff, we're going to take a vote on who's the best dressed at the end of the day, who's fitting the character the most. Also, leaning into those characters is going to help out with that a lot. Wealthiest player, so whoever has the most cash at the end of the day in the bank, they're going to win an award for that. Most land owned, so yes, you might not be the wealthiest player, but if you own a lot of land, guess what? You're going to be able to win that as well. Fastest hands. This one's kind of cool. We're going to have a quick draw tournament in the middle of the day, just after lunch. That being said, with the quick draw tournament, if you win that tournament, which the rules will be provided for you there, you're going to win a T4E Umrex 50 cal revolver. Very cool prize. The feather hunt. So we have white feathers that are between the NPCs and scattered around the field and that kind of thing. Those feathers are not lootable, but they are tradable. They are valuable in the game. You want to display those feathers by your mask, strap, or whatever. Just display them on you. That way people can see, how skilled you are. It's kind of like a player with a lot of white feathers has got a lot of skill to them, so they're probably going to get some better benefits from the NPCs, things like that. Also, we have an MVP from the sheriff. All right, at the end of the day, the sheriff will have somebody that's been doing a lot of quests for them, and that person is going to receive an award for that. I believe we do have some of the masks behind me for that. Same thing with the bandits, an MVP for the bandit. Guys, this is a one-of-a-kind scenario game. It is a choose-your-own-adventure. Truly, it's supposed to be having a ton of fun, and I know this is getting a little long-winded, but I'm telling you, the more you lean into this, the more fun you have with it, the more you put into the game, the more you're going to get out of it. Again, the idea here is to have a just absolute blast. Go interact with the NPCs, do quests, things like that. By the end of the day, I guarantee you, even if you haven't amassed a fortune or bought a ton of land, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Again, the more you put into this game, the more you're going to get back from it. The game will probably start around 10:30. That's the idea here. We are going to have lunch between 1 and 2 o'clock. Obviously, with the admission, you guys got lunch, so lunch is on us. We're going to do the quick draw tournament at 2 o'clock. If you are doing the quick draw tournament, just go to the front of the field at 2 p.m. We're going to get everyone lined up. If you get eliminated early on in the quick draw tournament, no worries. You're also allowed to explore the field, just no shooting while the quick draw tournament is going on. You're just allowed to explore the field. So if you wanted to have a chance to do stuff where there's no aggro moves going on, that'd be the time to do it. Ending battle is going to be happening sometime around 4 o'clock, and then we'll do like prizes at 4:45. And hopefully we'll stick on schedule today, but things go as they might, so we're going to keep it flexible. We'll always keep you guys informed. If you have any questions, come on over to the bank, find me. I'm happy to answer those questions. Otherwise, you can speak to Matt. He's our GM. He's going to be walking around the field. He'll introduce himself shortly, and we'll get this thing going. As always, guys, thank you for staying tuned, staying and listening for all this. I know this was a bit long-winded, but we're going to get this going here shortly, so please go load up. Make sure you're chronographed, 280. And if you're using first strikes, 280s, just remember you have a 50-foot minimum engagement rule, so you cannot engage somebody within 50 feet. Other than that, again, have fun guys, make it your own, and we'll see you on the field.